Over 65,000 people wanted to get in that last corn dog or that last ride, and that was on Saturday, July 29th. So it's been quite some time since we've seen that many people on one day.
State Fair's Darla Gibbons says the top-notch entertainment lineup was a big draw.
The one thing that we invested in this year was our concert lineup, starting out that first night with Dips and the Tantrums, and then we went on to Boys to Men, Isley Brothers, Ashanti, Kool and the Gang, all stand-up crowds. I mean, the entire floor of the Golden One stage area was packed. There were people standing all around the stage on the grass area. And for Ashanti, the bridge that is behind the stage, that spans 3 people deep. So people really enjoyed the concerts this year. They showed out. So it was a great time, no matter what type of music you like. Even wrapping up things on the last day with Trace Atkins, we had a nice crowd out.
George Thorogood and the Destroyers rocked the place on Thursday, by the way. The fair's new events were pretty popular, too.
The Lucha Extreme Wrestling. It was a tremendous hit. The arena was packed, and if you've never been to a Lucha Extreme or Lucha Wrestling style event, it's audience participation. You can heckle the wrestlers. We had one little boy, telling him to, you're a baby in there. So they had a good time interacting with the crowd and just having a different type of event come to the California State Fair and Food Festivals.
Now, Darla, at the start of this year's festival, we talked about the fair putting a focus on kids this summer. How'd that play out?
We saw a lot of families every single day, and even into the night. People would stay here all day and all night, and we had folks gathering around the tables, generations of people. You see grandparents, parents, and children. And a couple of the events that were really packed were the Lost Dragons, the Lost World of Dragons, and the Candy Maze, of course, and then Wild Science. In addition to just entertaining children, we also want to keep their skills sharp during the summer months and give educational components as well to our exhibits.
And perhaps the most important aspect is the safety aspect. And other than a few car break-ins that came about as a result of fairgoers leaving valuables in sight, Darla says this year's state fair ran smoothly.
We had the smoothest closing evening that we've had in fair history for quite some time. The gates closed at 8 o'clock. There was very little pushback. It seems as if our social media pushes and our newsletters to get information out to our fairgoers work.
Devlin says California State Fair staff is grateful to those who came to this year's event and says they'll be working to make next year's event even bigger and better. Mike?
Joe, I loved your report, especially the part about George Thorogood and the Destroyers, one of my favorite bands. I saw them many, many years ago at a little club in New Haven, Connecticut. They're great. Are you a big fan of theirs?
I'm a big fan of that. They seem like they have a little bit of a rockabilly sound, that saxophone and that guitar, and boy, yeah, that's a stress buster for me.
Absolutely.
Big time.
All right, thanks so much for that report. That's great. 4:50 is your news time. That means it's time to check in with Dana Hess on traffic.
Joe is bad to the bone. Brought to you by
Indeed.
International. Downtown is split 18 minutes east out of Cass City. If you're going on to Roseville, it's 9 minutes eastbound 80. 12 minutes Elk Grove at I-5, and 99 is about 12 minutes away as well. Boy, it's a light Monday pattern developing here. Downtown to Folsom, 18 minutes eastbound 50. You can't beat that doing the speed limit anyway. Downtown to Woodland, 16 minutes northbound I-5 to Main Street, and 14 minutes out to Davis. Westbound 80 gets us slowing there, and that's going to take you at least to the causeway. After that, it clears up. Now, westbound is much lighter. Eastbound going to be slow and go coming through the Davis area, starting after Old Davis Road all the way across the causeway and then some. We've all felt the impact of rising food prices. For families in poverty, they're facing malnutrition and even death. You can feed a family for a month with your $50 donation to Compassion International. Just text the word radio to 97646. Traffic on the 10, every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons. Dana Hess, KFBK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
Thank you, Dana. 4:51 is your news time, and now a look at your KFBK weather forecast.
Tonight, partly cloudy skies. We'll see a nighttime low of 59 to 63. Clouds and sun expected for tomorrow. Tomorrow will reach a high of 85 to 89. Wednesday, mostly sunny. High of 85 to 89 for Wednesday. I'm Matthew Weathers, Drew Shannon on KFBK. Sacramento News Radio.
And right now we have 95 degrees in Elk Grove, 97 in Rancho Cordova, 96.
Not how you drive.
Studios
Not
in
for me making illegal
And I'm Mike Gray,
U-turn.
sitting in today for Kitty O'Neill, and the KFBK Afternoon News continues on KFBK News Radio with a check of your money with Kelly Bruss, Kelly Brothers of Cap Trust.
Elon Musk tearing down the X over San Francisco that he had built on Friday up above his building. Yeah, San Francisco getting all excited about it. There were inspectors flying at the building, and I mean, they took it a lot more seriously than some of the crimes that go on there. And I'm not sure you want to do that because Mr. Musk has expressed his desire to stay in San Francisco, even though he says the city is in a doom loop. But the X is coming down, but the branding will remain X and not Twitter for the foreseeable future. Market today, wrapping up the month of July, Dow and S&P up 3%, NASDAQ up 4% for the month, and with a lot more earnings to come this week and a jobs report on Friday. Let's check the final numbers. Dow up 100, 35,559, NASDAQ up 29, the S&P up 6 points. Gold was up a little bit as well, 10-year bond yield 3.97%.
Thank you, Kelly, for that update. We appreciate that information about X and Elon Musk. And here's another story about X and Elon Musk. The social media platform formerly known as Twitter opening up ad revenue sharing to more content creators. The program has been available only to a select few, but today, eligible creators around the globe can participate. To qualify, creators must subscribe to Blue, have at least 500 followers, and have at least 15 million cumulative impressions within the last 3 months. Meanwhile, San Francisco city leaders are irked about a giant glowing X atop the headquarters of Elon Musk's social media company. The city inspector is checking to see if any building codes have been violated. The bright new logo was installed on the roof of the multi-story building on Friday, replacing the Twitter bird. Well-staffed home buyers struggling with high prices and steep mortgage rates are adding a measure of risk to their search. CBS Business News reporter Jason Brooks tells us why.
Redfin reports that more potential buyers are shopping in areas with higher climate risks in order to improve their affordability options. The real estate firm says the flood-prone counties in the U.S., 284,000 more people moved in than moved out in 2021 and 2022, a more than 100% increase from the prior 2-year period. And in the counties with the highest wildfire risk, there was a net gain of 446,000 people over the past 2 years.
No phone connected. Please connect phone.
Okay, the counties with
This fucking bitch, I just told her. Fucking bitch, I just told you the Bluetooth doesn't work. Do you not understand that? Damn this fucking bitch. I hate this fucking client. I'm gonna talk to my boss to get me away from her. The fucking impatient, far right Christian doesn't fucking have any patience. Hello? I don't know. I Bluetooth's not working. I can't really do anything. It keeps calling. Oh yeah, you keep calling. I don't care. Fucking bitch. I hate this fucking bitch. And she's gonna keep calling because of how impatient she is. I'm not answering that call because Bluetooth does not work. I will not answer that.
Time. News is coming at you from so many sources. So now more than ever, it is crucial that we step up our game, and we do it every day. Asking questions, digging deeper. Every night's a new challenge, but this team is tenacious, and they continue to push for answers for you and bring you the stories that matter. Getting answers.
every night on the CBS 13 News at 10.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
We're going abroad for the first time in years to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota. This summer, explore the great outdoors behind the wheel of a powerful Toyota truck. And right now, get low 3.99% APR financing on the legendary 2023 Tacoma. It's time to max out your next summer adventure. So seize the day that hit the road. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available for CFS buyers of premium rate credit as they will country. Small businesses are the cornerstone of our towns and the pride of our country. We at Capitus provide financing for small business owners like you, the ones who keep the country running. And Capitus can help keep you running with financing built for the unique needs of your business. You've made this country great. Now let us at Capitus help you become even better. Start your journey today by submitting an application at Capitus.com. That's KAPITUS.com.
Attention business owners. Was your company impacted during COVID? If you had W-2 employees during 2020 and 2021, you may be entitled for up to $26,000 per employee through the Employee Retention Credit Program. This is not a loan. The IRS paid back billions already. We've helped thousands of businesses just like yours. So let us help you. At ERC Business Solutions, we make it simple. We do it all for you, so you won't have to worry about the complex application process. There's absolutely no risk. If you don't get paid, we don't get paid. Most businesses do qualify, even those with no decline in revenues or those that already got PPP. Discover how much you can claim. There's no cost or obligation. Call now, 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Get up to $26,000 per employee. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250.
KFBK, Sacramento, KFM, all kinds of news, traffic, and weather.
KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
4:59 is your news time. I'm Mike Lurie sitting in tonight for Kitty O'Neill with the KFBK Afternoon News. And here are the stories now trending. Sacramento police issue an all clear regarding voicemails targeting black children. The so-called Doomsday Mom sentenced today after she unloads a dramatic rant. And the deadline is approaching for veterans to apply for backdated toxic exposure.
Here she goes
status.
again.
And that means we have, of course, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on KFBK News Radio. Here is our traffic expert, Dana Hess.
Thank you very much.
Good
At
times
5 o'clock,
already.
we've
Still
got very
don't wanna
heavy traffic
listen
in 3
and not
locations.
answer.
Westbound on 50, coming in from Watt Avenue all the way to Stockton Boulevard. Eastbound 80 through Davis, from Old Davis Road to just past, well, almost all the way to the Causeway, actually, now. And southbound I-5, very sluggish from the bypass to the split. Traffic on the 10s every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons. David, KFBK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
Tonight we'll see partly cloudy skies, low 59 to 63. Tomorrow, times of clouds and sun. Tomorrow's high 85 to 89. Wednesday, mostly sunny. We'll reach a high Wednesday of 85 to 89. I'm at UWeather's Drew Shannon on KFBK, Sacramento's
She
News
needs a
Radio.
voicemail. This fucking bitch.
And right now we have 95 degrees in Elk Grove, 97 in Rancho Cordova, 96 degrees here at the KFBK studios in Sacramento. Your top local story at this hour, police in Sacramento now say there is no outstanding threat to the community after a disturbing voicemail threatened violence against black children. KFBK's John Bernice reports.
In a statement posted on Twitter, police say detectives are actively investigating the circumstances of the threats, which were made public on social media Sunday. The message was discovered at the Sojourner Truth African Heritage Museum in what CBS 13 calls a possibly AI-generated voice. Museum operators turned the troubling audio over to Sacramento's Black Lives Matter chapter. The message refers to agendas which are active to murder black children in the Sacramento area. Police don't believe the threat is credible, but are asking anyone else who got a similar message to contact them. John Bernizzi, KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
And your top national story of this hour, a judge in Idaho has sentenced the woman who has become dubbed the Doomsday Mom. She killed her children amid what prosecutors said were doomsday religious beliefs. ABC's Alex Stone reports.
Lori Vallow-Daybell told the judge she has visited heaven and knows the murder victims are comfortable and happy there, saying she died once and came back to life.
Since then, I have had many communications from people now living in heaven, including my children.
But she did not apologize for murdering her children, the judge saying Vallow-Daybell has shown no remorse.
And the most unimaginable type of murder is to have a mother murdering her own children, and that's exactly what you did.
Daybell, given multiple life terms in prison, her now husband will face trial next year. Alex Stone, EBC News.
And Alex will join us once again at 5:47 for an in-depth look at today's dramatic proceedings. But right now, let's get more news with KFBK's Joe Michael.
Mike, veterans who've been exposed to toxic chemicals during their time in the service can now take advantage of a new benefit offered by the VA. And KFBK's Nikki McGoddess has the story.
The PACT Act is a new law that expands VA health care and benefits for veterans exposed to Bro-Pix, Agent Orange, and other toxic substances. Sacramento area Congressman Ami Bera doesn't want anyone to miss out on potential benefits that they're owed by the federal government.
These veterans, you all served us protecting our country, and one way Congress can serve you is making sure you get the benefits that you're owed and have some of that coverage.
Bera says veterans will have time to sit down with the VA to determine eligibility after submitting their intent to file.
I would hate for someone not to take those 5 minutes and then when it's too late realize that they missed out on a lot of benefits that could go back to the date of the original exposure.
The deadline to file is August 9th. The PACT Act provides health care to as many as 3.5 million veterans. Mika McGillis, KFBK, Sacramento.
Fucking bitch, I just told her. My Bluetooth's not working. Don't fucking keep calling me. Stupid. Man, stupid client. I wish it would. The fuck is her fucking issue?
Joe, I thought you were going to be here when I got here. I'm here and you're not here. Want to tell me what's going on? Bye.
This over there. The fuck? I didn't say anything about I did not tell you I was at the apartment. I told you to stay there. No, you didn't, bitch. Stop fucking lying. Fucking bitch. Man, she fucking lies too much. She needs to stop lying. Fucking sick of her. Bitch, so
we have more now from ABC's
sick of her.
Jason Nathanson.
Paul Rubens apologized to his fans for not going public about his cancer battle. That, according to a statement posted on social media after Rubens' death. He revealed he'd been fighting cancer for 6 years and loved his fans and friends and loved making art for them. The statement from his rep says that Rubens passed Sunday night. Best known for the character Pee Wee Herman, a childlike Peter Pan type that Rubens cultivated and played for years. He was a 3-time Emmy nominee with over 120 acting credits. From the movie Blow with Johnny Depp.
You cannot take me here. bitch. The
more
fuck
recently,
I
the
won't.
Connors and the Blacklist.
You do not
Jason
talk to
Abrams
me
and
like
ABC
that.
News.
We're not your servants.
And right now,
Work for you, but
5:06
we're
is
not
your
your
news time here on
servants.
KFBK, and we have a look
Bitch.
now at our KFBK News Radio traffic and weather, which comes together every 10 minutes. And let's toss now to Dana Hess. Oh, instead we're going to go to ABC News. Let's do that.
From ABC News, I'm Chuck Severson. In the Trump classified documents case, like his boss, he's been processed, you could say. Unlike his boss, not arraigned, but appeared before a federal judge in Miami, the property manager of the Trump Mar-a-Lago resort, Carlos de Oliveira. ABC News Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas.
De Oliveira has worked at Mar-a-Lago for more than 20 years. He entered no plea today. He's still trying to find a lawyer to represent him. He was released on $100,000 bond and told to surrender his expired passport. This all comes as it appears Special Counsel Jack Smith is preparing to indict the former president again in a separate case, this time involving his efforts to overturn the 2020 election.
Hunter Biden's former business partner, Devin Archer, testified behind closed doors before the House Oversight Committee looking into President Biden's and his son's finances. After, panel member Congressman Dan Goldman, New York Democrat.
There is no evidence in his possession or his knowledge that Joe Biden ever discussed business with Hunter Biden. Joe Biden ever did anything on behalf of Hunter Biden's business interests or otherwise, never changed official policy in any way, shape, or form.
Committee Chairman Jim Jordan, Ohio Republican, called the hearing productive. Sentenced to life without parole in Idaho, convicted of killing her two youngest children and plotting to murder another woman, Lori Daybell, who called her kids zombies and herself a goddess. Memphis police say they prevented a tragedy after grabbing an armed man who tried to break into a Hebrew school today. The man was firing a gun from inside his truck with California plates, says Assistant Police Chief Don Crow.
I think the suspect was going to harm somebody before the day was over, and that our officers were able to intervene and protect the citizens.
The alleged gunman was shot by a cop, and they say that he is in critical condition. Police say they do not have a motive so far. Listening to ABC News.
And 5:09, your news time now here on KFBK, and that means it's time for traffic and weather together every 10 minutes. And here now is Dana Hess.
And brought to you by Irish Spring, downtown of the Split, eastbound Camp City. It's slow starting at N Street, but it's gone by the time you get to Expo. It's going to give you about 16 minutes tops on the way from 50 to 80. If you're going the other way, by the way, westbound is going to be slow from Arden to the river, as usual. Split to Roseville is just 8 minutes at this point. Downtown to Elk Grove, 11 minutes on I-5 and 14 minutes on 99, which is still very good. If you're on the westbound 50, it's going to be slow and go starting back at Watt Avenue until you get about Stockton Boulevard, and then again through the construction zone there. Eastbound traffic, 19 minutes. From, downtown to Folsom. Again, that's great. 16 minutes to Woodland, northbound I-5, no delays. It's crazy. And about 11 minutes downtown to Davis, westbound 80. Fresh scent of Irish Spring, and those sensational Irish Spring suds are just the reset you need to own the day. Irish Spring, when the spring hits you, you're ready. Pick up Irish Spring at your local retailer today. Traffic on the 10s, every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons. Dana Hess, KFBK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
She's a fucking nightmare to work with. Such a liar, and never said anything about being up the apartment when I got there.
Mostly sunny skies Wednesday, the high once again 85 to 89. I'm AccuWeather's Drew Shannon on KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
And our temperature's starting to get a little bit cooler, believe it or not. Oak Grove now 94 degrees, 97 in Rancho Cordova, and 95 degrees here at the KFBK studios in Sacramento. That means it's time for our poll question. We're talking about expanding rent control because a new ballot measure has just qualified for the 2024 election that will allow California voters to decide on an expansion of rent control. The measure would allow cities to implement new limits on rent and rent increases. It is the third time the measure will go before voters in the last 4 elections. Supporters say it will make housing more affordable, while opponents argue it will dry up the supply of housing, making it more difficult to find an affordable place to live. We want to know your thoughts. Do you support limits on rent and rent increases? You can tell us yes, it'll make housing more affordable, or no, it'll make it harder to find housing. Here's what some of our listeners are saying so far.
Hey, go Mike Flory. It's great to hear your voice again. So,
I see rallies all the time. My vote is for rent control. Help out all the older people who are retired, who are on semi-fixed incomes. That's my vote. Good job today, Mike. It's great to hear your voice.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I guess an old viewer maybe from my KCRA days. Let's see, where are we right now? It's 5:11. Let's see, I guess we're going to come back right after this message.
Wildfire coverage.
People should be taking the steps now to prepare their